Ravenscourt Park here in West London is the venue for the final round of the 1971 Bin-Liddlywinks Championships of Great Britain. Now, the final would take the form of a sudden death playoff over this very tricky course, and a number of natural objects in the way to thwart the players. And although the course is set in the heart of the city, it is subject to a lot of very strong winds. Well, in a moment we shall be going down to the first tee, but before we do, let's just meet last year's champion and our finalists this year. Well, last year's champion, of course, by a walkover was Julian Orchard. Well, this year he has very formidable competition in the person of Johnny Vivyan. Now, Johnny, we've heard a lot about you training at your hideaway secret camp now. How's it going?
Well, very good, I think, Colin. I mean, done 100 miles a week road work, a lot of weightlifting and things that are going to keep the arms and muscles going and all that.
Have you done enough?
I think so. I mean, I think I've done enough to give Julian a very good contest.
Well, that we shall look forward to. Now, Julian, this in fact is your home ground, so you're at an advantage here, aren't you?
Well, I suppose you could say that. I have practiced here quite a bit recently, which of course does help. But the hazards are the same for everybody. And by the hazards, I mean the wind, particularly. Of course, it does rather interfere, you know, with the flight. It swirls around and interferes with the flight. And today, looking around me, I decided that in fact it will be an advantage on all the holes except for the last one when one is playing into the wind.
There's one question I would like to ask as champion. The Americans are starting to use plastic lids. Now,
yes.
What's your opinion about that?
You may well ask. They're far too light. They'd be quite hopeless in this country. They haven't got the cutting edge that one needs into this rather heavy atmosphere that we have here. And, of course, there is the disposability problem.
Well, thank you very much, Julian. Now, as you make your way down to the first tee,
yes.
We'll join you for the playoff.
Right, yes.
And so the champion, Julian, has the honour of the short 20-yard first, and on his present form, this should be quite an easy bin in one. A beautiful shot. You could see he was attacking that bin all the way. And now Johnny, who you'll remember has been training very hard, and in the sudden death playoff, the pressure is really on him because going last, he'll have to produce his best shot to equal his rival and stay level. Well, it looks good. Well, there you are. You couldn't do better than that. So after one bin each, it's all square as we move on to the 30-yard second, which is guarded by that tree on the left. I didn't think he was going to make it, but that lid was going well wide, but it faded into the bin right at the last moment. Now, what will Johnny do? Once again, he's got to equal to stay in the match. And he's done it again. And as we go to the long third, here's the champion again with the bin now 40 yards away. Well, he hit that very hard indeed, and he looks quite pleased, and yes, it's good. A true champion, a superb judge of line and distance. And now the pressure really is on the challenger, as this is a long bin for a small man. Well, here he goes. No, he doesn't like the look of that one at all. Oh, what bad luck. So there it is. Julian Orchard remains champion for another year, and it's left now to a disheartened Johnny Vivyan to flip his lid onto this third bin.